Okay. All right, get quiet. I've had to force some people. Brenna, are you ready? All right, are the parties ready on Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 3007, State of Texas versus Stephen Kyle Rhodes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Will Brooks for Mr. Rhodes, Judge.
And are you Mr. Rhodes? All right, we're here today for sentencing. Defense and state, are you both ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we've considered, the court was asking about the negotiation process, but Mr. Rhodes has considered the opportunity to apply, and he's elected to accept this bargain. This is what he wants to do, Judge.
Okay. All right, then the court will follow your plea bargain agreement and sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing? All right, Mr. Rhodes, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Mr. Brooks. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Rhodes, you're gonna have to do better in your life, because otherwise it's not gonna end well for you. Because when people make drugs, guess what? They just throw in whatever they want to throw in, and it is what it is. And you don't want to be that person who ends up ODing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you want to, I can request that you be placed in the therapeutic community. I don't know if they'll accept you in the therapeutic community or not. It doesn't extend the length of time that you're in custody, but that's something that could potentially help you. So would you like that or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right, let me add on that therapeutic community. And then when you are released, there are a lot of places that you can go to that are free. NAAE meetings are open all the time. And there's also different facilities where they can help you with drugs or alcohol. Don't be that person who immediately gets out of custody and then go to use, because that could, each time you use, that could be the last time, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll put on here therapeutic community. With the therapeutic community, you still will need to request it. And then they'll show that I've asked it for you, but I can't force them to actually put you in the program, okay?
Understood.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, if I may, does the court grant diligent participation if someone gets involved in a drug program in
Yes.
state jail? Okay. Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes, you may be excused. Oh, and it was very good, by the way.
I did too. I didn't know if one was gonna fall apart, but I left the other one at the office and they said it was good.
Oh, it was.
But I don't know if they were placating me.
No, we don't do that here.
I switched mine with Michael's. It's actually Michael's.
And may I approach?
Yes.
I have an off-docket matter of agreed bond motion. We had initially filed a motion to reduce bond. I came in today and conferred with the state. They've indicated that they're unopposed to the terms listed in the agreed order, which is behind the stapled copy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much.
Most of the file on April 12th. And Norma, when are you resending that for? Okay, is he in custody or not? All right, where's Bobby? Has Bobby Jackson been brought up? All right, thank you. Is criminal trial division up for trial or is it? Okay.
I mean, family violence, sorry.
Okay.
She was right the first time.
Criminal trial, I'm sorry, family violence. I believe you all on Bobby Jackson for both cases.
Yes.
All right, defense attorney is unable to be here today because they're saying they're ill. Mr. Jackson? Hello. Hi, your attorney is not present today. He's out ill. So we're gonna have to reset your case. All right, Ms. Ferguson, what's the earliest date we can give Mr. Jackson?
You read just a second, Judge. My
Sure.
computer's down.
I didn't want to leave you in back. I wanted you to know what was happening. Okay, I didn't hear a word you said. Well, no. Here's the thing. I'm not involved with the facts of your case. I don't know anything about the facts of your case. Just here to give you a trial setting.
You can do August 23rd, Judge.
All right, state on Bobby Jackson, that's set for jury trial on August 23rd. And then motion for continuance will be denied.
Motion for convenience.
Yes, on this case.
Yes.
So you'll be coming back on August 23rd for jury trial.
We were gonna withdraw that motion anyhow. We found out she actually would be available later in the week.
Okay. Well, just let your witnesses know it's gonna be August 23rd.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you back on August 23rd.
You can go.
You're welcome. Let me see, just a second, let me see that one. I want to make sure I wrote in every reason for this.
Sorry, it's coming. I've got there for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
ours, theirs.
Okay, here you are. All right, and Norma, what is happening with Michelle Garces? Did we complete that? Motion to revoke. Luis Martinez.
No, she never, Ms. Garces?
Garces.
Yep, she never showed up yet.
All right, can I see the file on Michelle Garces?
Michelle Gardner.
Yes. All right, Deputy Laura, that's gonna be a bond forfeiture. Yeah. All right, Mr. Zamora, where's Mr. Ivy?
May I approach you?
Yes.
I can only take what I think I know, Judge,
Mhm.
because I haven't talked to him in over a year, but I have been in touch with his father.
Mhm.
He's in federal custody in Del Rio. And as soon as they're finished with it, so I believe he's pled, he's awaiting sentencing. I believe they've got either a manslaughter or a murder charge against him in Eagle Pass. And so whoever wants him can ask for him.
All right, can I see the files on Ivy? So when is the sentencing set?
Judge, I don't know. He's never contacted me. I think he was actually upset when he got picked up. It was a misdemeanor charge filed here for weapons, UCW, and the feds picked it up. So I think for a little while he was blaming me for that. And then when he found out I had nothing to do with the federal government picking him up,
All right, because I have him in Maverick County. Is that?
Maverick would be Eagle Pass, Judge.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that's where the murder case was. And so he was actually in Del Rio in Valverde County. Last I spoke to his father, he was in custody in Valverde County.
All right, state. And this is a criminal trial division and I think family violence on Mark Ivy.
Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
being told that the defendant is in federal custody in Del Rio, but has a murder case out of Maverick County. So I'm gonna give everybody a reset. And if everybody can look into those things and we can see what's happening with these cases. So Norma, can I have a 60-day reset? So I'm gonna reset it for 60 days.
Okay.
Everyone,
Yes, ma'am.
is that enough time?
It'd be all of July, all of August. Yes. I was just telling the staff my vacation got pushed back. Oh, well, that'll work.
All right, so we're gonna come back on September 12th and I'm putting in the file
Yes, ma'am.
that update on all of this.
Judge, I had to figure out what I was going to inform the court because all mine has been talking to the dad. And,
Okay.
and I think it's been about a year that he called me from there. And
Okay,
that's the skinny. Judge, I think we had one other matter that the state wanted to approach you on that I'm not
oh, just
opposed
one
to.
second, let me,
Yes, ma'am.
I need to write this in. Oh, and you have to stand behind that line.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Norma, what is happening with Miguel Rangel? Can I see the file on Miguel Rangel? Okay. Okay. So on the 2022 case, 1748. Okay. All right, just so it's out there, can you give me a 30-day reset? Yes. Just so we won't lose this case in the shuffle.
What's that?
All right, thank you. Yeah. And then Maple Hughes, did I see that? All right, so on this one, there should be a judge's warrant issued. And he's remanded without bond. So can you make sure that's the case? It's 2022 CR 2570.
It has to do warrants.
All right, thank you. There you go.
Okay.
All right. What is happening with Philip Washington? Didn't we do Philip Washington?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what is happening with Joe Guerra?
Judge, we have a plea
Okay,
and finishing the
all right, thank you. All right, John Arredondo. John Arredondo. Now, you want to see if you can get a hold of Mr. Brent Party? All right. On Arredondo, what we're gonna do then is, I want this called for tomorrow. And if Mr. Hardy doesn't appear, we'll have to put somebody else on the case. No. All right, what is happening with Joshua Talbot?
Please, Your Honor, working on that.
All right, thank you. And who is here on Aisha Calderon? Aisha Calderon? Okay. No. All right, everyone, people who are not done by 3:30, we'll see you tomorrow. And what were you doing with Mr. Hardy, Fred Hardy?
There was another attorney sign up with it.
All right, we'll recall it tomorrow. And if he's not present, then we'll have to see about having another attorney.
Speaking in my mind. That's fine.
take it home. Yeah, let me take more of this. Some days. I don't need.
Just call me and I missed your call. Oh, okay.
Twenty-one pages.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, let me, can you call back? Because you know I'm still on the bench. Okay. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Brandon, you ready? All right, court is calling 2022 CR 3082, State of Texas versus Joe Guerra. Now parties approach and announce for the record, please. For the state,
Lloyd Newton for the state.
for the defense.
Joe Guerra from the Gathering Yard.
All right, and Mr. Geyer, if you could sign the acknowledgement of discovery for me, please. You're in the middle. And are you Mr. Guerra?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, but are you Mr. Guerra?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Acknowledgement of Discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor. Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Guerra, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we move to amend the indictment from psilocybin to psilocin.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Guerra, do you realize that's a substantive change to the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any objections with proceeding with that substantive change?
No, ma'am.
Defense, any objections?
No objection.
And did you have a chance to review with your client the fact that that was a substantive change?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
And defense, are you waiving your right for 10 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand then you're charged with possession of controlled substance penalty group 2, 4 grams to 400 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow that plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargaining agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
yes,
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
in my lay opinion, yes.
Mr. Guerra, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And thank you for dressing appropriately to court. Britta, we are on the road with the people coming in with suits and ties. I really like it. I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain agreement. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. State is requesting that the deferred adjudication be for a term of 6 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead guilty? I'm sorry, then to the amended offense, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
State wishes to enter into exhibit 1.
Any objections?
No objection.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after viewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Have the court will defer finding the guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We can, Your Honor. Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I ask you to follow the plea agreement. This is Mr. Guerra's first offense of any kind. And if you were to say to him, since this is a drug offense, if I tested you today, as I've heard you say before, would you come clean? Would you be clean? And I asked him this ahead of time, and you can answer yourself that he's been clean since the day of his arrest.
Okay.
And you know, I believe that he will apply himself to the same way that he's done for not taking any substances, and he will be successful, I hope, on this deferred adjudication if the court follows the agreement.
How many children do you have?
None. I have like 7 dogs though.
I'm sorry, how many dogs?
7.
What type of dogs?
4 pit bulls and 3 chihuahuas.
And what are their names?
The oldest is Lady.
Excuse me, could you guys make sure you whisper?
Lady, RJ, Chloe, Snow, Chewy, Kaboy, and Lovely.
And what are their ages?
The youngest one is,
But let's
Two-
start
the
with
two
lady.
youngest
How old
ones.
is lady?
she's gonna be 13 this year.
Okay,
The next one is gonna be 6. The next two are between 4 and 3, and the last two are they're 6 months old.
okay. Now, see, usually people, when I ask them their children's ages, they usually can't tell me. So where do you live in Bear County or no?
No, I live in Bexar.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I do collision and refinishing. I work on vehicles.
Is your wife still with you?
Yes, she's
All right, I was thinking maybe you left him behind this.
No,
Sometimes
they're
people
back there.
leave. So if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
negative.
When's the last time you used?
The day I was arrested,
And what were you using?
marijuana and the psilocybin mushroom.
All right, this is what the court will do. Court is going to sentence you to $1,000 fine, probate it. 6 years deferred adjudication, 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to do the COVID vaccination, but if you do with the booster shot, then 40 of your hours will be waived. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Is he asking for a transfer to Bastrop?
If it's by Zoom, Your Honor, he can do that, but if it's going to be reporting in person, we would ask that it be transferred to Bastrop.
All right, we're going to do a transfer to Bastrop, but you're not transferred to Bastrop until you transfer to Bastrop. So
Okay.
probation will let you know
Okay.
when that is done. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There's to be regular UAs. We'll do field visits, tell probation he has pit bulls and what is the other dog?
Chihuahua.
And chihuahuas.
They're the meanest.
Yeah, they're
So,
the
yeah, so tell them to watch out for the chihuahuas. So we're gonna do field visits 1 time per month. And there will be regular UAs. Probation, is there anything else that he needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if he tests positive, let me know, and then we will do something else. All right. Show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you. Do better.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes. And Mr. Guerra, just remain in the courtroom. Probation will go over conditions with you. Okay, why do I have this file on Dane Cortez?
Because I turned in my discovery form and was asking for permission to leave.
Okay, all right. Well, we need it. So your client, I guess Judge Herr managed your client without bond. Is your client in custody?
He's right there.
All right.
He's likely not getting out, and there's 2 unindicted matters in front of the DA's office. So even if he did make a bond, he's at severe risk for having to hire a bondsman again.
All
So
right, well, he's remanded without bond on this. What are we doing with this case?
we
where-
just got an offer from Michelle. She's,
Okay.
yeah, we just got an offer from Michelle, and the man says, my client says to me,
Well, come on up, Mr. Cortez.
I would like to at
you
least
guys could-
sleep on it.
Stand behind the line. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I came up big.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, that's mighty
What the
close.
heck is this thing for,
Yeah.
Judge?
Just in the center. So the offer hasn't been tendered and all the discovery received, correct?
Both, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then the next question is, how much time does he need to let this offer marinate?
2 weeks, week. I got affirmative nods to both those. 2 weeks, Judge.
All right, Norma,
She said,
She quit, Judge.
just, okay, Patrick Montgomery, I need you over there to start doing this. Let me look on the calendar. All right. Norma, on Mr. Cortez, I need a, just give a 3-week reset for a plea deadline, please. All right, on July 21st, we'll be back here and you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting that offer. That's your deadline to accept that offer. After that date, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without cause. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Be excused, Your Honor.
Yes,
Take care. Thanks for the dessert.
okay. Could I see the file on Chelsea Monk, please? Number, what is happening with Chelsea Monk? And she's not here. And where's her attorney? All right, recall this on the 28th, but Chelsea Monks was supposed to be in person and her attorney was supposed to be here. So have them come back on the 28th because they didn't discuss Chelsea Monk. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. Unless you can get Miss Megan Enriquez back here. Okay. And can you also see where Miss Kelly Green is or either Bob Barron's? Hey, Bob, it's Stephanie Boyd. Hi, Kelly has a client in this court for a plea. Francisco Herrera, he's in custody. Yes. Okay. Yes, it was supposed to be for a plea. Yes, my understanding it's worked out. He just needs to, you all were going to go over the paperwork with him, but I'll recall it for tomorrow. No, it's in person. Yes. All right, thank you. All right, sure, bye-bye. Can I see the file on Herrera? Norma, so Herrera is coming back tomorrow so they can do that, please.
Herrera?
Yes, Francisco Herrera. Oh, you know what? It's a nightmare case.
Okay, now I can find.
But it says that her client was supposed to appear in person. So unless she's in custody, she's supposed to appear in person. All right, thanks. Yes. Tell them to please do that, and then tell them that that will help them with jail population. Oh, they'll accept it.
Judge, I got 1 of 6 appeals filed.
Oh, hey. You want another one?
No, not yet.
Brandon?
Yes.
Well, they were supposed to be having a wedding.
What's he doing?
Oh, no, it flooded.
Oh, gosh.
So can you imagine you pay money, you're in your dress, you're having a reception, and
That's
it's not
awful.
happening.
Where's that at?
Namibia?
No. Nothing's gonna be.
But it
white.
looked like it was gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like.
That's why.
If you get in trouble, I'm sorry. I thought it was someplace. Somebody heard me. Ready? Yes. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 4058, State of Texas versus Joshua Talbot. Can our parties approach and announce for the record for the state,
Pretty Sparks.
for the defense?
Alfredo did for the defendant, Matthew.
Talbot, Joshua Matthew Talbot.
And are you Joshua Talbot?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, I'm showing you what's entitled acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Talbot, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, next, Mr. Talbot, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Talbot, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with theft, $2,500 to $30,000? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargaining agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Talbot, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you into this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Show you what's entitled plea bargaining agreement. Did you review that document, review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine. State opposes your application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration county court cause number 655-178, 660-609, 661868, 678-797, grand jury number 745484. There's to be restitution in the amount of $3,930. I'm sorry. Restitution in the amount of $3,993.97 to be payable in cause number 2022 CR 4058. There's to be no contact with any Best Buy, any Walmart, any smoke and vape shop, Brian Cordell, or Madison McCoy. Did you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargaining agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, there has not.
All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And two, the offense is charged in an indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Judge, state offer states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objections.
All right, Mr. Talbot, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing or do you wish a PSI?
I wish a PSI, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date?
August 15th.
All right, we'll be back on August 15th and there's to be a TAP evaluation. State, did you want to?
I'll hold on to this.
Just have a seat.
All right, you're excused. We'll see you back on August 15th. And Ms. Ferguson, can you make sure that they have a reset form? All right, and can I have the remaining files that are remaining?
The one with just doing the PSI and that?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Michael Jeremy Trejo, what is happening with that case?
We are continuing to confer. That helps very much.
I mean, where are we going with this conferring? Is anything going to happen today?
I think it's likely we're just gonna go on to trial setting
All right,
unless we get something worked out just a second. Which I don't think we are. I'm saying I think it's likely to get reset for trial.
all right. Can I have Michael Trejo come up, please? All right, Mr. Trejo, we keep coming back here. So the question is anything happening today? Because your plea deadline date was actually on May 17th, then it was moved to May 31st. So is a plea agreement being worked out today?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, we're still conferring, but we haven't worked anything out yet.
All right, today is the last day for you to enter a plea. Are you entering a plea today or no?
No.
All right, then this is going for jury trial. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you wish to enter a plea, it'll have to be open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for Michael Trejo. I'm sorry, August when? All right, your jury trial date is August 16th, Mr. Trejo. And before parties leave, if I can have an acknowledgement of discovery, please.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead and do that too.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and Judy, I believe that the deputies need to take him back so he doesn't miss his ride.
Okay.
All right, what is happening on Louis Thompson? Is this on the docket today?
Yes, ma'am, it's Secretary on the line.
Make sure. Yeah. you can, it did come up. No, did it? No. Calderon?
I have Calderon. And I don't see Louis Thompson on the docket on the recall.
Sorry, now let me move, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'll move to July 5th.
All right. And what are we here for on Aisha Calderon?
Judge, we conferred with the state. She has 3 other pending cases awaiting indictment.
Where is she?
She's in custody.
All right, Aisha Calderon, if you can come up. What cases are, what are the offense date?
Yeah.
What are the other offenses that she has pending?
Oh, other offenses,
Yeah.
Another possession, or 2 more possessions, and then 1 unauthorized use. She also has a misdemeanor prostitution awaiting filing, and there might be 1 more charge coming down, based off of this incident.
All right, so can I have a month reset, please? All right, so we're gonna come back on July 28th. Does she have bonds on those other cases?
Judge, I'm not sure.
Do you have a bond on the other cases?
I'm not sure, ma'am.
All right, so here's the thing, if you're released, do not pick up any more cases, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever is going on in your life, you need to make sure that you correct that so you don't pick up new cases. All right?
She's currently 4 months pregnant also.
Yeah, don't pick up any new cases and don't use any drugs. It's not good for a baby. You understand? Because if you smoke a cigarette, your baby's is smoking a cigarette. If you're eating lettuce and tomatoes, your baby's eating lettuce and tomatoes. If you're out there committing unauthorized use of a vehicle, your baby is going along for that unauthorized use ride. You understand? Whatever you are doing is impacting your child that you're carrying. You understand? So it may be best for her to stay in custody until these matters are resolved and we can figure out what's going on with her and why she's doing what she's doing, and perhaps hopefully get her the help that she needs so she will have a healthy baby.
And she does have a bond on all of the cases. Judge.
All right, let me see that. I'm going to ask for GPS. So I'm going to do GPS on her and waive the fees. Do you, if you are living some, can I have a B page? Do you have some place that you will be living if you're released?
Yes, ma'am.
Who with?
My husband,
I'm sorry, who?
my husband, Daniel Hernandez.
Okay, that's probably not a good option. And let me just tell you why I'm saying that's not a good option. I don't know anything about your life, but what I do know is if you stay around the barber shop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. So if you are allegedly, I don't know if it's true, these are all possession cases. If you're using, then probably the person that you're living with is using too. And that's not a good place to be. You
It's her
understand?
husband, Judge, actually. It's her husband.
No, I mean, usually that's the case. If the wife is using, usually the husband uses. If the husband is using, usually the wife uses. Are there other children in that household? All right, so it's gonna be GPS, full GPS and waive fees.
And Judge, on
Yes.
1 of them, she's remanded without bond, but it was 3,000.
All right, well, she's gonna stay remanded without bond on that. If y'all want me to hear that, then I will of course hear that.
All right, Judge, I'll talk to my client.
All right, is there somebody waving out there to some people? Who are these people?
That's Michelle and I.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they think we're animals in the zoo and they're waving at us.
Okay, so we're gonna do full GPS and waive fees. All right, and I'm not gonna recall the remand without bond on that other case.
And Judge, I didn't hear the husband's name, but the co-defendant to this is Daniel Martinez.
Is that your husband?
No, Daniel Hernandez. I don't even know Daniel Martinez.
All right, well, we'll bring you back to here and hopefully see where we're going with these cases, okay?
Yes,
All right, thank you so much. All right, is there anyone else?